find yourself getting caught in this endless practice loop? Anytime you want to master a passage, it's extremely important to do a lot of slow practice. Start by practicing the passage you want to fix at a tempo that you can easily repeat several times with no mistakes. I chose to start with quarter note equals 60, but choose a tempo that works for you. Make sure to use a metronome to hold yourself accountable. There are several important reasons for this slow practice. You will make a habit of playing with relaxation rather than tension. You will make a habit of incorporating details such as dynamics, articulation, vibrato, and sound from the beginning rather than having to incorporate them later on. You will prevent injuries caused by hours of tension-filled practicing. Once you've practiced at this very slow tempo several times, feel free to move up the metronome at a pace that feels comfortable for you. The more trouble the passage is giving you, the slower you want to move up the tempo. Generally, I move it up between 1 and 10 clicks and repeat the passage at that tempo until I can repeat it several times without making a mistake. As you work the tempo up slowly, take a moment to record yourself at each tempo and listen back for smaller details. The moment that you start to lose focus, it's best to take a break from this work. If you hit a wall and are making a lot of mistakes, it's time for step 2. So once I got this passage up to quarter note equals 90 comfortably, I decided to get more detailed in my practice in order to avoid frustration and tension. Remember that these tempos are just guidelines and to pick a tempo and pace of practice that works for you. I started by repeating the first 4 notes of the phrase until they felt clean, comfortable, and relaxed, like a pair of old jeans fresh out of the dryer. Then I moved on to repeat the F and A until these 2 notes felt easy at this tempo. Then I added the D sharp and repeated these 3 notes until easy. Then I added the E. Then I put them all together and repeated this portion until it felt clean and tension-free. In order to make sure that I really had this section under control, I decided to maintain the metronome speed of 90 and use some other strategies to solidify the passage in my fingers and brain. There are many possibilities for how to do this. For now, I chose changing articulations, changing the natural placement of accents, and working backwards. Basically, the idea is to keep your brain active and focused while adding more and more repetitions. Once you've spent some time breaking things down, it's time to put it all back together while moving up the tempo. One final trick for making sure you really know the passage at the tempo you're working with is the 5 penny method, or in this case, the 5 superhero method. Each time you play correctly, you can move one of the objects over. If you make a mistake, you have to move them all back. Once you have moved all 5 objects over, essentially playing the passage 5 times in a row correctly, then you can be pretty much assured that you have it under your belt and can move up the tempo. This may seem like tedious work, but it will pay off in dividends in the long term, I promise. Remember that berating yourself during your practice sessions can easily become a habit and have devastating consequences on both your level of performance anxiety and your confidence overall. I hope these tips can help make calm and confidence a habit in your playing so that you can march out on any stage and dazzle any audience that you meet.